September December pets kan lautan leta contest masabera Indian politia in 1600 Queen Elizabeth granted a charter to East India Company for monopoly of trading is for ni kan tika 15 years. Ai hi sharing si la chang diklo te po kan ang tro. Chawang chonin answer sita kan mark khanin chiang takin kan mark na zona kha adikem tika chiang takin kan enchen toran. British introduced separate communal electorate for Muslim through separate communal or separate electorate kantika Muslim Houtan Government of Indian Council Act 1909 aron introduced kantika. Given below are some of the important functionaries of the Constituent Assembly and their position. Which of the following pair is not correctly matched? Exam na taktaka chan helaya not correctly matched ka underline ang chitahi a omdon lo. Chuwang chon kan chiar film khurna turin tuna chonin test na nya kan na ti uluk may china. Kan film khurna turin. Tahian tu tenge diklaw kan ti chonin ABCD hi dikve ka nga permanent president na tana anthan kha Dr. Rajendra Prasad. BR and that kar hi chu drafting committee chairman khatro. Chonin writs of prohibition can be issued only against judicial and quasi-judicial bodies. Kan no da kan chiang twin. Hi writs kan ti kan soy lai article 32 kan soy lai kan soy kha. Chonin article 17 hi constitution ami khan abolition of untouchability. A is the right answer. Which of the following was the first Governor General of Bengal? Ani chonin Lord Warren Hastings. Chonin William Bentinck kanti ivetong khachu Governor General of India aron niton atro. Which of the following directive principle is not added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act? Tahianin kan ento kacu participation of worker in management of industry, protection of environment, free legal aid to the poor kan no tahan kada avek ka amar chu minimizing inequalities of income and status kan ti ta khechu 44th Constitutional Amendment Act kan ti na article 38 aron da kha chu wang chonin heta he chonin not added by 42nd ati wangin D kan tika right answer aron. Which one of the following statement regarding to judicial review in India is not correct atia? Hela hianin option dang zong hichu adik veka amar chu unanimous opinion of all judges is necessary for declaring a law null and void hi kan soitel ngai lo shim unanimous khara ngai lo ba chu wang chon judge hawa khan member panga omna bench poni mai thai khang hau kanin majority anei hrim khachonin atok mai let's chuwang chonin B is the right answer. Consider the following pairs. Constitutional provision country adopted from titakan mo fundamental right is from USA one pot DPSP Ireland cabinet form of government British or Britain chuwang chonin 2 and 3 only around dikton. Which of the following may be drawback of democracy? Democracy mi puitara orel na kan tekan leader keep changing in democracy which could lead to instability. Yes. Democracy may lead to corruption as it is based on electoral competition. Din thai na tur ka chon eng po no ti du mai thai tro. Democracy increase the chances of rash or irresponsible decision making. Chuwang chon rash or irresponsible decision making kan tikechu decision making hianin rash thai tak lo amuang zai zel chuwang chonin 1 and 2 only. Chief source of political power in India is Priyambulsa. We the people of India tin kan kha. A is the right answer. In which chapter of Indian Constitution there is a mention of Uniform Civil Code? DPSP, Directive Principle of State Policy akan moa. Chuwang chonin C is the right answer. Which one is not an element of secular state in India? India rama chonin Article 27 in taxation on religious property tivel hi asoilo kanti kha. Chuwang chonin A kanti hi helaya chon option hi kan ang wang anga secular state kanti hianin khoinge element nilaw kan sanandai freedom of religion India rama kan nei yes chu wang chon kan sang thei lo no religious education for the by the state yes the cup no state religion state hian religion official religion kan nei lo ti te kan sai kha chu wang chon in option a kan ti hi not an element of secular state in India taxation on religious property kan ti kha chu wang chon a is the right answer. Which of the following is not directive principle of state policy? Not aron tivangin hianin Article 29 akan protection of interest of minorities kakan huwa. Chawangchun protection of language, script or culture of minorities Article 29 fundamental right ami khani. Chawangchunin sihi helaya chunin kan sanangai. Writ of prohibition can be issued hi kan lo da nun pala. Judicial and quasi-judicial bodies kan ti talaga kanin only prohibition kan ti ka andun in suit don higher court into lower court na. Judicial review in India is based on which of the following procedure established by law kan ti ka. Preambles of the Constitution of India enshrine the ideal of liberty, equality, and fraternity. Ideals mainly inspired by the French Revolution. Indian Federation is mostly and largely influenced by federal system of Canada ang vangai kanti chonin strong center kanti kha Canada tanga kan copy kha constitutional amendment made right to property a legal right from fundamental right kha fundamental right article 31 right to property om thina kha 300 capital A kanti khan anda luta chu khoi constitutional amendment nge kanti kha 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. Which among the following authority has the power to issue writs for enforcement of fundamental right? Article 32 Supreme Court in. Article 226 High Court in. Chonin Parliament in adu chon en court po thunai na empower kan ti kha thunai na anaya Parliament in amara chu Constitution kan hongin 32 le 226 kha both B and C is the right answer. What does the term judicial review means in India? Ala hi chonin judicial review ti constitutional award hi atra mahi mention ni lawati te kan sai kha chu kan han en wang chonin the authority vested in the hand of Supreme Court to examine whether some legislative enactment or executive order of both central and state government is following the Constitution of India or not. Kada nan siam tarakan. Central ni mo state ni mo ansiam eng order law eng po law ni sila constitution nen in milawa omem danang kapin constitution ni na asoy angin ansiam em affair to kem tiang jete ka judicial review chunin aron don kami ka C is the right answer. Which one of the following is not mentioned in the preambles to the Indian Constitution? Preambles kan ti ka kan bai hat chona also kan ti ka objective justice chonin kan huwa chonin fraternity te chonin nature or aim kan ti khanin republic kan ti kha kan boka he right to vote kan ti article 326 ami kan ti kha chu kumtling to photina vote an thak thaina to kha preamble sa tel lo chu wang chonin not mentioned in ati wangin D is the right answer. If the state fail to carry out directive of union government, the president can impose president rule on the state. Article 365 in asoyangin ay president rule imposed nan ating tokane. The most essential features of federal government is division of power between federal and state. Central list kan ti state list union list kan ti state list kan ti ang chite kang hawaka apoy mo chu wang chonin thok khou kan ni na tang khom thok khou kan ni na ang chi hatian feature sakha khoi hian nge rang ti lang kan ti chon division of power single citizenship kan ti te kang hawaka chu unitary features lama ti khan kan huwa. Forms of oaths or affirmation has been provided under forms of oaths or affirmation kan ti kha third schedule kan huwa second na enge kan hu kan ti chonin allowance salary kan ti ang chi ho Presidente, Vice Presidente, Speaker of Lok Sabha, Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha kan ti ang chite kang hawin an ho tur zat ang chite hang that na an don tur ang chiho ka shekena kan hmuwa tha ta chon oath or affirmation has been provided under third schedule kan ti kha four ta chon allocation of seat to Rajya Sabha. Allocation of seat state sang sang hawina Rajya Sabha member nei thei tur zat kha 40 na ron saya. Fifth na chonin administration and control of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe area kan ti ang schedule area kan ti kha aron medor. Which of the following articles deal with the procedure of amendment to the Constitution? Article 360(18). Constitution ti itang lam thaidan turaka aron soya. The term cabinet is mentioned in which of the following articles of the Constitution? Article 352 ya 44th Constitutional Amendment Act kan ti khan aron dalut kan ti khan. Which of the following amendment restore judicial power of High Court? Judicial review restore letu ka 43rd Constitutional Amendment Act. Which of the following act directed the company to set aside 1 lakh rupees annually for education? Charter Act 1830 na. Objective resolution adopted by Constituent Assembly on 47 was drafted by Jawaharlal Nehru. Which of the following circumstance is not the ground suitable for declaration of emergency by the President? Not the ground suitable for aron titaa to government instability. Majority na thelo wanga emergency pon no tur ni dawa. To wang chan sarkar ngel het an nei thelo wang khanin a thelo konti ka. External aggression, armed rebellion, war kan tite financial crisis ada chonin emergency pon lo pong thaye amar cho government instability kan ti wangin proclamation of emergency kan ti tha national emergency ka upon ring of thelo. To which of the following categories of right does the right to property belongs? Legal right tite, constitutional right tite, statutory right tite kan soya. Chu wang chonin helaya option tang hi chonin legal right hi adikton. Which of the following writs is issued by an appropriate judicial body in order to free a person who has been illegally detained? Writs panga kan naya kanin illegally detained hawaka to have the body kan tika habeas corpus kotan ron huayanga suta chonin illegally law detain phai khachu court in a chho zalen don to have the body kan tika tro. Which country's constitution was used to amend the framework for developing Indian constitution? To amend framework for developing Indian constitution. Amendment procedure kan tikha hoyatanga kan lange South Africa. Residuary power are subjects which are not clearly enumerated in the 3 lists of 7 schedule of the Constitution of India but are assigned to the Union government. Union centrala tunay naka pe anta chonin centrala Union Parliament kan ti kanin an lo dan an lo sem mai ang tulan ni chon layanin government ti vekin option aron umawangin Union government ka kan answer turani. Concept of village panchayat being incorporated in Article 40 of Constitution of India is based upon which ideological principle of directive principle of state policy constitution Gandhian principle hoya hetilahi kan hoka. Article 40 ya village panchayat kan ti ang chite local self government kan ti ang chite ka Article 40. The concept of secularism in the context of the Constitution of India stand for concept of secularism in the context of Constitution of India stand for India ramachon ka secularism kan kalpui dana ka western na inang lawa equal treatment of all religion in kansai ha tro so wangchon C is the right answer. Which amendment of the Constitution of India is regarded as mini constitution? 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act is known as mini constitution. The difference between fundamental right le DPSP is fundamental right are positive adiklong ha negative obligation kan ti ha. Fundamental right are justiciable where DPSP are not justiciable. Aladika adang kan entlapodang. Directive principles of state policy are given precedence over fundamental right by court in all cases satya adiklawa. Fundamental right is superior, DPSP is inferior tipon court hei sang thang kan soya pro khanin kan soi tir thina kha chawang chon hei po dik lo DPSP are non justiciable but not positive fatia hi positive and not apelawangin adiklawa so right answer is B fundamental right are justiciable DPSP are not justiciable chawang chonin B is the right option. Which of the following is a federal features of India Constitution? Unitary features le federal features kan tika kan soya. Chuta chonin single kan ti chon unitary features. Appointment of judges of High Court by the President. Central atang ve kan don ti ni. Chonin distribution of power between union and state kan ti hi separation of power ka federal features sa kan mo appointment of governor po hi central na andu zong andon appoint pay thina ka the sixth schedule of the Indian Constitution deal with the administration and control of scheduled area and scheduled tribe in four state of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura le Mizoram kan tika kang state politika by hatur kan tika system of diarchy was introduced in 1919 chuta chorin eng subject pani anga thenan ni kan tika reserve le transfer subject ka transfer is for legislative council and reserve subject is for governor kan tika eighth schedule of India Constitution originally had how many languages 14 prohibition of discrimination on ground of religion race caste sex kan ti hi right to equality noya article 15 na kan huwa article is which article is for protection of interests of minorities article 29 which article of the constitution empower parliament to form a new state by altering the boundaries of existing state existing tiron oma chawangchon article 3 which of the following part of the constitution explicitly mention that India is secular state secular what hi constitution na 42nd constitutional amendment act kan ti kanin India rama kan constitution na aron da luta khoi ange kan mu kan te chon preambles which of the following is not included in the directive principle of state policy right to work kan ti te equal wage for equal work ti te heng ho zong zong hi chu kan mu amar chu right to information right to know about government activities kan ti RTI act kan ti ang chi te ron chu na ka right to freedom kan ti noi khanin kan na ya ta chon article 19 kan soi lai te pokhan kan soi to khatro chu wang chon he right to information hi fundamental right ane therefore D is the right option member of the constituent assembly are indirectly elected ti kan soya elected umna kan endona directly elected kan ti chorin adik thai daw chon nominated po adik thai daw representative from only feudal state po ni chung lo indirectly elected ti umna kha hilahi arameta provincial legislative assembly kan MLA ten Rajya Sabha MP tur an thanang che khanin constituent assembly a member ho kha thanan neta chawang chonin indirectly elected anti te kha aron dita khang ho kha tuna contest an sakte an ron neta ti diplawe mo social pal te pokan lo nei the shet thiam lo te pokan nei theya comment section lama khanin min lo zo ngai te oma soi du te kan nei chonin kan lo da don nia